Kelly, and I'm here today to show you the three qualities of the water that make this water so special and different from anything we've
Can you
ever
guys hear the
seen in
video?
our life. What I've
Type yes in the
gathered
chat
here
if you
is an
can.
assortment of bottled water that many of us are drinking today, and I'm going to show you the first quality of the water with what is called a ORP Pinpoint Meter. And ORP means oxidation reduction
Louder.
potential
Okay.
of liquids. They're either going to show a positive ORP or a negative
It's
ORP.
kind of already maxed
So
out
let's
on
move
my
over
computer
to
actually.
Dasani. This is a product of Coca-Cola. So many of you drink this like I used to. And as you see, it's already climbing, it's above 130, so that's a positive. I'm going to move over to Aquafina,
Is that better,
and
guys?
that's a product of Pepsi-Cola. Notice this one climbing above 160. I'm going to move over to Arrowhead, and that's now climbing, look, above 300. Let's move over to Alive. This is a product that I used to buy and drink called Wellness Water. It must be good for us because they call it wellness water or vitamin waters. Notice it's almost to 400. Here we're moving over to Fiji water. It's at right around a 330. And then over to Smart Water. Notice it's still above 300. Let's move over to soda. Notice that one's almost 400. Now I'll go to tap water. That's at around right 360. And now the star of the show, Kangen Water 9.5. Notice it's a negative 450. So as you see, that water jumped to negative right away. Negative, it's above a negative 470. And that's the most important quality of the water. And that's why, as I'll show you the device here in a moment, why that is manufactured as a medical device and sold as a medical device in Japan, because of that quality of the water alone. So I'm going to go and show you the second quality of the water with these pH drops, means potential hydrogen. It's going to show us whether these liquids are the pH scale from 0 to 14, whether they're acidic, to 7 being neutral, or to being very alkaline. And I'm just going to put a couple drops in each one of these. And that was the Dasani. Here's the Aquafina, the Arrowhead. Let's go to the Alive, the Fiji water, the Smart water, the soda, and there's the tap water, and here's Kangen water. Now let me stir these up real quick. I'm going to stir these up real quick, and then I'll show you this color chart here. Okay, here's the Dasani. Notice it is pretty acidic, right? Let's move over to the Arrowhead really quick. That's also very acidic. Let's do the, I'm sorry, that was the Aquafina. Now I'm doing the Arrowhead. Notice that's even more acidic. Here's the Alive water that I used to drink, also very acidic. Here's the Fiji water. Notice that one's a little better, more on the neutral range. Here's the Smart water, slightly acidic. And here's the soda, also extremely acidic. This is the tap water, also on the neutral range. Don't get too excited about tap water. Federally regulated by the government, besides the chlorine, and they use lye to raise the pH of the water. Here's the star of the show. Like I said, it's certainly not me. Kangen Water 9.5, very alkaline. So that's the second quality of the water. And one more interesting thing I want to show you about the alkalinity of the water is when we drink alkaline water, notice how it will change the pH of these acidic waters. I'm going to show you, I need a little more to do those. As you see there, as you see the Smart water, as you see the tap water. And I need a whole container of 11.5 pH because these are so acidic that notice there's no change when I add the Kangen water to these. No change in the Alive, and then the soda. So just an education, if you drink 1 cup of this that's so acidic, you need to drink 32 cups of 9.5 Kangen water to neutralize 1 cup of soda. So as you can see, it's so acidic that it will change just with a few drops right back to very acidic. So in relation to the body, as you can see, if you continue to drink these things, it just keeps us in an acidic state, whereas the alkaline water of 9.5 helps to neutralize the acid-alkaline balance and flush the acid out of the body. Now I'm going to show you the third quality of the water, which is called microclustering of the molecules. I've taken ordinary tea bags. This is Yamamoto green tea, something that I like, and I'm going to take ordinary tap water and add it to this cup. And as you see, what do you normally have to do to make tea? You have to heat the water, right? Because this is just cold water. Now I'm going to take the Kangen water, 9.5, and add it to the same tea bag. And notice what it's doing immediately. It's making tea, as you can see there. So the molecule clusters in regular water are anywhere from 12 to 15 clusters, whereas the molecules in Kangen water are anywhere from 4 to 6 clusters, so much smaller. So as you can see, the water is reaching in and drawing out the tea just with cold water. So I'm going to show you a little demonstration here. I'm going to take and make a few extra glasses of tea. Notice that, how it's making tea right away. I'm going to do another one right there. Notice how that's doing that. I'm going to take now tap water just to show you guys this isn't a magic show or anything. And I'm going to go ahead and put tap water back in that one. Notice how it didn't make tea. Then I'm going to take the Kangen water again. And now we're going to go back to making tea again, as you see. I'm just going to make a couple more for you here. And another one. I can go ahead and make about 20 cups of tea, but I'll just make about 8 or 9 right here as we have. So you can see, in relation to the body, absorption into the body is far superior, just like you saw absorption into the tea bag. So the water will enter the body, hydrate the body much better at the cellular level. So I'm going to go ahead and show you some other qualities of the water, because remember the machine makes 5 different grades of water, so I'm going to show you them now. One of the other qualities of the water I'm going to show you is I'm going to use some tomatoes here that I just bought at the local healthy food store right nearby down the street. And I'm going to take, because we normally clean our fruits and vegetables in ordinary tap water. So I'm going to take ordinary tap water and just fill this one. Put that there, and I'm going to take, I pre-make 11.5 pH. We call it strong Kangen water. And the reason I use a black container is because 2 things affect the quality of the water, and that is air and light. And I'm going to add that to the water here. And I'm going to let those sit for a couple minutes. And I'm going to show you, let me take that. I'm going to move those off to the side real quick. And I'm going to show you what's happening with those tomatoes with a little demonstration right here. I'm going to just use some sesame seed oil. Take a little of that. A little in there. And then I'm going to take ordinary tap water and add it to the sesame oil. As we know, basic science, oil and water don't mix, as you can see. And then I'm going to take the strong Kangen water, 11.5 pH. And as you can see with water, we just emulsified oil. So it broke down the oil just with water by changing the pH to 11.5. Now you're going to understand what's going on with the tomatoes over here. As I take the tomatoes, and this is the one that was soaking in ordinary tap water. Now that's how you normally clean your fruits and vegetables. Now this is the one that was soaking in 11.5 strong Kangen water. Notice the difference. Now, what just came off there compared to what didn't come off there? This water, just like it broke down the oil and emulsified oil, took the oxidation, the oil-based pesticides that they use, and just took it right off the tomatoes. And now, as you can see, you're going to have tomatoes that don't have any of the pesticides and anything that might possibly be on them. Whereas normally, this is how you would normally eat your tomatoes, with all the pesticides. So that's another quality of the water, that we can use this water for cleaning purposes. You can pretty much get rid of all your household cleaners and just use water, because now we have water that can emulsify and break down oil. Now, the last thing I'm going to show you about the water is, remember we said we clean our fruits and vegetables in the tap water, right? So this is just ordinary tap water. I poured in there, and I'm going to do a little test for chlorine. This is just a chlorine tester. We had about 4 drops in there, and as you can see, it's starting to turn yellow. So that shows us the amount of chlorine in the water. And like I said, a lot of this is going to be an education of things that we might want to change in our life. So I'm going to take, I just cut up a lemon here, and I'm going to take, and this is going to show us as we clean our fruits and vegetables in the tap water. We'll show you something that you might not want to do anymore. We'll just let those soak for a second, just as you normally clean things in the tap water. And now, as you can see, it's clear again. What happened to the chlorine? Did we really clean our fruits and vegetables with the tap water, or did we clean our water with the fruits and vegetables? So just an education as something you might not want to do anymore, and that's why we can use the 11.5 pH for cleaning our fruits and vegetables. Now I'm going to show you the star of the show, which certainly isn't me, but is the technology that comes from Japan that makes Kangen water. I'm going to show you how simple this is to hook up. It only takes a few minutes. You simply just hook this up to your faucet right here. And now what it does, it takes ordinary tap water, and just by moving this, diverting the water into the machine, we are within seconds making Kangen water 9.5. Let me shut that off. Now what the water is doing is first it's passing through this double carbon antibacterial filter where it's filtering the water first. Then it's going in through here, which is called the Electrolysis Chamber. I'll kind of show you what that looks like and give you a quick little education. It's passing through 7 platinum-coated titanium plates where the water, it's negative and positively charged, so it's splitting the waters. Alkaline water is coming out here, and acidic water is coming out here. And then I'm going to show you how simple it is to use the machine. I'll also give you a quick education on what they don't show you on the competition in the marketplace. They don't show you what's inside the machine, and I'll just give you a quick education on theirs compared to ours, because they try to say theirs is just as good for half the price. But as you can see, smaller is not better, but larger, because the more the surface area, this has 450% more surface area what the water's passing through as it's electrically charged. And the benefit of that is the stronger the quality of the waters and the longer those qualities will last. Now I'll just show you how simple it is to use. By simply pressing the button, within seconds we change the kind of waters we're making.
Kangen water 8.5.
So as you can hear, that's making 8.5 pH.
Kangen water 9.0.
9.0.
Kangen water 9.5.
And 9.5. Now, from 8.5 to 9.5 is 10 times stronger. So what they suggest is that you start off at 8.5 for a week or two, then move up to 9.0 for a week or two, and then 9.5 probably by the end of by 30 days. And the reason being is this water will make you detox. It will cleanse the body. And so just to make detox more gradual, you start off at 8.5 and work your way up. Now the next water,
Clean water.
Clean water, as you can see it says for medication. So that water we want to use in case you're taking prescription medication, because you saw how the molecules were microclustered, so absorption into the body is much greater, much faster, and a lot of medication is time released. So 30 minutes before, 30 minutes after, you just want to use clean water when taking medication.
Beauty water.
Beauty water, that's slightly acidic, just like our skin, 5.5 pH. For those of you that buy toners, that's what toners are, to tighten and tone and soften the skin. Now, for pennies, instead of spending money on toners, now you can just make it right here from the machine, and you can make gallons and gallons for just pennies. The last two waters.
Strong acidic water.
Strong acidic water is 2.5 pH. If you can see here, it says sanitary. That's what they use in hospitals in Japan and over 30,000 restaurants, because 2.5 pH water will kill 99.9% of all bacteria within 30 seconds. So instead of using harsh chemicals and bleaches and things of that nature, they just use 2.5 pH water for disinfecting. Now the opposite, let me show you this here.
Strong acidic water.
So the 2.5 strong acidic water is coming out the secondary hose here, because it's always making two waters at once. So what's coming out here is 11.5 pH, and that's the water I use for cleaning the tomatoes. So 2.5 for disinfecting, 11.5 for cleaning, and that's what you can use for cleaning your fruits and vegetables. Also, you can actually use that as a degreaser and throw away all your household cleaners and use that for cleaning instead of those things with harsh chemicals. So that's pretty much it, the 5 grades of water that we take ordinary tap water and create those 5 grades of water just by simply pressing these buttons. Very simple to use, and that's the technology. The next step is to get back to the person who introduced you to this so you can try the water and experience a live demonstration yourself.
All right, guys, how was that? I hope the video was not too laggy. It was okay, Francisco? Pretty well. All right, next time I'll try to make the video a bit more smooth. All right, guys, just by a show of hands, if you can maybe type it out in the chat or just put hands up on the thing, who here is seeing that for the first time? Who here is seeing this video or this product for the first time? Nobody? Everybody has seen it before? Wow. Looks like everybody here owns a Kangen machine at home, I assume. All right, okay then. Well, that's our Kangen machine, and that's what the machine can do. Yeah, there was a lag between the audio and the video. Tends to happen. We're still trying to figure it out. I think because I mean I have a very strong internet. I'm also connected straight to the internet through cable, so not too sure why it's laggy there. But we'll try to figure out, guys. Sorry for that. But okay, if there's no new people here, because I'm gonna ask some questions, why don't we just dive in straight into the business plan? How about that? Okay. Right. Who here is not familiar with the business plan, with the Enagic business plan? You can type in the chat, me or I. Okay, Agnes, thank you for your honesty. Okay, MY. Not too sure what MY stands for, but okay. All right. So the next section here, basically me trying to explain to everybody what the business plan is and what your potential can be in Enagic if you put in the hard work, right? So let me just get the slides up real quick. Screen share. Okay. All right, can anybody see it? Clear? Okay. So Enagic as a company will actually have multiple offices, I think more than 40 now, I think, and we are in more than 23 different countries across the world, right? We are a Japan-based company that is based in Osaka. The factory is in Osaka, right? And the Osaka factory produces every single machine that you see in people's houses, in your own homes. And from one factory, imagine that from one factory, it sends every machine to Vancouver, to LA, to San Diego, to Germany, to Russia, just one factory. And not mistaken, I think we have sold about close to 1 million machines worldwide so far, right? Sorry for the number, that is a bit outdated. But today, in total, the company has sold up to USD 4 billion of Kangen machines worldwide. You know, so we're not a small company. It's a proven device for the mass market. And here's the beauty about our product, right? Name me one person who doesn't drink water. Nobody, right? So everybody in the world is your prospect, right? So you just have to go out there and talk to them and just share the water with them. And who knows, you know, you'll be getting sales left and right and center, right? What makes Enagic different? You know, obviously from the product itself, we are the best. You know, we are medical grade. We have ISO 13485. You know, we use 99.99% pure medical grade metals, plastics and whatnot. So we're the top, right? But in terms of business, you know, what makes us different than other direct sales company or other MLM companies. You know what makes Enagic business so great, right? And this is where I feel, right, we have certain points that have shown that our company is so great, right? First, our company is not some 4 or 5 year old company that popped up from somewhere. Our company has a history of over 46 years, you know, and we have this ISO 13485, right? Remember that those 5 numbers, 13485, right here, right? Because as an Enagic distributor, you need to know those numbers. What is it? It basically says that our device is a medical device in Japan, right? And our factory is a medical device manufacturer, right? So very, very strong certificates that we have. The second one is we are endorsed by many different doctors and organizations out there who, for example, American Anti-Cancer Institute, they research on how to fight cancer, you know, and literally in one of their books, they say that if you have cancer, it's mandatory for you to own an SD501 Enagic machine. I mean, not specifically SD01, but Enagic ionizer, right? Because they say that the Enagic ionizer is basically the Rolls Royce of all ionizers. You know, we are also endorsed by 8,000 doctors in Japan, right? Who oversees the general health of Japanese lives, right? Second, as a third, is that our roots, our history actually comes from devices that were produced for Japanese hospitals. So imagine this, your product 30, 40 years ago, they were only for hospitals. And then the company said, hey, let's produce our own domestic unit, which was introduced in 1994, right? We also have a 5-year warranty, and once in a lifetime purchase, these machines, they don't break down. You know, I personally have a machine that's in my cafe and it's pumping out at least 200, 300 liters a day. And the machine does not break down. My machine has not had a single problem at all, right? And this is a global business. We have offices all around the world, you know, Malaysia, Australia, Singapore, Philippines, Hong Kong, Taiwan, and so forth, right? So the business, what makes Enagic business different than the others, right? As when you are a customer, when you own a Kangen machine, right, you can opt to be a distributor and you become a distributor for life, right? There's no joining fee, there's no annual renewal fee, there's no stocks to keep, there's no monthly sales qualification. This is very important when joining a business, right? Advancements in your commission scales based on cumulative sales to date. What does this mean? It means that when the company realizes that you are actually performing, you know, when you're selling more, when you are introducing the Kangen machines to more people, the company will actually reward you more in terms of monies, right? And here's the thing, in most direct sales company, usually when you introduce more and more and more, your income usually becomes less and less and less. But in Enagic, it's the other way around. When you introduce more, you get more, right? And lastly, it's a global business. This is very important because you don't want to be confined to just your own country when you want to do business. You want to expand. You want to go to places that you can travel to, explore, and even learn their cultures and do business there, right? So if you have a friend, let's say in India, you can do business with him in India. You know, that's the beauty of our business, right? Are you guys still with me? If you guys are still with me, please type yes in the chat. Okay, thank you so much, right? So let's move on. Multi-level marketing, direct sales. What's the difference, right? Multi-level marketing looks like this. We know the structure. We've been told the structure is a scam or many other things, right? Whether it's a scam or not, let's just leave it as that, right? Multi-level marketing is usually one guy who finds 2 people and the other 2 finds another 2, and that's how the system works, right? all of us know that in multi-level marketing, the people down here, right, even though how hard they work, it's very hard for them to maybe reach here, right? Just because of how the structure is, right? The person on top will always benefit the most, even though these people down here are doing the most work, right? And that's one thing I don't like about multi-level marketing. Direct sales, Enagic's direct sales. What is it? It's very simple. It's basically you over here, right? You introduce the product to your friends and family. And these are called direct sales. Sorry for the typo right here, right? And let's say your friends and family love the product so much and they want to introduce to their friends and their family, all their relatives, right? So when that happens, you get indirect sales, right? And lastly, direct sales plus indirect sales equals to something called group sales, right? Remember the word group sales here because you'll be using quite often as we go on, right? There's three types of commission that Enagic pays out when you first join the company, right? There's the 8A or 8-point commission, there's the education allowance, and the 6A2 bonus, right? But today I'll be focusing a lot on the 8A or 8-point commission because when you first join the company, the 8A or 8-point commission is actually the most chunkiest bulk of commission that you will earn, the most significant, sorry, right? So what is the 8A or 8-point? The 8A or 8-point is basically, let's just say, let's take SD501 as the example, right? As the machine that we're selling, right? Enagic actually leaves out 8,000 ringgit for their marketing partners. And these 8,000 ringgit is actually split into 8 different parts. It's like a cake with 8 different slices, right? And each slice of this cake is 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, right? So if 8 A's equals to 8,000, 1 A equals to 1,000, right? I apologize right here. I'm not too sure why the fonts have gone haywire. I'm not too sure, but we'll carry on, right? The 8A or 8-point. Enagic pays 8,000, right? 8 parts split into 8 A's or 8 points. Right? 1 A equals to 1,000 ringgit. Okay. Oh my, this is going to be bad. Okay, I'm not too sure why everything just got changed. Anyway, in Enagic, there are 6 different ranks that you should start with, right? And these ranks, when you first join the company, you are basically a 0A. When you make your first and second direct sales, right, you become a 1A as soon as you make your first sale. And during your first and second direct sale, you get 1,000 ringgit each, right? Just bear in mind that everything I'll be speaking is in ringgits because it's just our local currency here. If you want to convert 1,000 ringgits into pounds or USD, just divide it yourselves, right? So moving on to 2A, right? 2A, your third direct sale onwards. Your third direct sale. So 1 and 2, you earn 1,000 each. Your third direct sale onwards, you make 2,000 per machine, right? And then you become a 3A. When you become a 3A, you must have 10 cumulative group sales. Then your next direct sale, you become a 3A, right? Are you guys with me still? If you're with me, just type 1 in the chat, please. Okay, thank you so much. Right, so 3A, 10 cumulative group sales. Remember, group sales is indirect and direct sales together, right? After 10 cumulative group sales, your 11th sale, which is your next direct sale, you will become a 3A. Okay, cumulative, a question right here by MY. Cumulative, what does it mean, right? So over here, from 3A to 4A, you see that 4A, you must have 20 cumulative group sale. So when you say cumulative, it doesn't mean that from 3A to 4A, you need another 20 sales. No. When cumulative means that from 3A to 4A, all you need is another 10 group sales and you become a 4A. So all the sales that you've made accumulates up and up and up, right? That's what cumulative means. I hope I answer your question and why, right? So 4A, 20 cumulative group sales. Your next direct sale, which is the 21st sale, you become a 4A. Then 5A, 50 cumulative group sales. Your next sale, you become a 5A sale. And lastly, where we all want to be is a 6A rank, right? You must have 100 cumulative group sales in your next direct sale, which your 101st sale is a 6A sale. Right? Are you guys still with me? If you guys are with me and you guys are happy and excited, type 6A in the chat, please. Because that's where all of us want to be, right? Thank you so much. Okay, so let's just drill this whole 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A, 6A structure into our heads by using this very simple illustration, right? Imagine all of you right now, you're basically you, you're up there, right? And this is going to be your sales, everything, right? When you make your first direct sale, right? How much do you make in terms of commission? Please type in the chat for me. Oh, somebody is somebody is writing on the screen. Thank you. Okay, so I see 1,000. That is correct. So when you make your first 1A sale, right, to Lim, you make 1,000 ringgits, right? Now Lim, your friend, he loves the machine and he goes like, hey, I really want to introduce you to my friend Tan, right? How much do you make in terms of commissions? 1,000 again, correct, right? And then Tan introduces the product to another friend named Kent. How much do you guys make? Rolly says 1,000. That is correct. So you get the point, right? Any sale that's under Lim, Tan, or Kent, you basically earn 1,000 ringgits, right? Now, your second direct sale, how much do you guys make in terms of commissions? Please type in the chat. Rolly says 1,000, John Cox says 1,000, MY says 2,000. Right. So is it 1,000 or 2,000? Agnes says 2,000 as well. Cumulative sales, okay. 1,000, okay. The right answer is actually 1,000. Why? It's because for you to become a 2A, you need your first and your second direct sales. And then when you want to become a 2A, you need your third direct sale. Only then, your third direct sale, you become a 2A. Are you guys clear on that? If you guys are clear, type yes in the chat, please. Okay, right? So moving on, now you make another direct sale. You find a lady named Kim, right? Type in the chat, do you make 1,000 or 2,000? Okay, I see 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. You're correct, right? You guys are very, very sharp. It's basically 2,000. That is correct. Now here comes the interesting part. Let's say you find Kim, and Kim wants to join you in the business. You know, Kim says that, hey, I really love the product. I really love your business plan, and I want to join you in your business. So Kim introduces the product to 3 of her friends, right? How much do you guys make per sale in commissions? Please type in the chat. Wooly says 2,000, MY says 2,000, John Cox says 2,000, right? Yep, it is 2,000, right? For each of these sale, you make 2,000 ringgit each, right? Then now Annie introduces three other friends. Sorry, introduces Bob, sorry. How much do you make here? Let's count in total how many group sales we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? So what should we have already 10 group sales. What should our next sale be in terms of commission? Dr. Dovlet says 2,000, MY says 3,000. So 2,000 and 3,000. Cumulative now, MY says. Right? Cumulative point it is correct, but the reason why Bob sales is 2,000 is because Bob is actually under Kim, right? And every sale that's under Kim, you will always receive 2,000 because this is your 2A overriding lane, right? So every sale under Kim, you earn 2,000. Every sale under Teh, you earn 2,000. Every sale under Ku, you make 1,000, right? But the cumulative still applies. For you to become a 3A, right? 10 group sales, and you make another direct sale. You need to open another direct sale for you to become a 3A distributor. If you're clear on that, MY, and the rest, please type yes in the chat. Okay, fantastic. Right, now Annie introduces the product to Ben, introduces products to Bun, right? We know they make 2,000 ringgit each. Then Bun introduces the product to Chan, to Chin, and to Chu. We know also we make 2,000 ringgit each, right? So the 2A overriding lane, any sale under Kim, you make 2,000 ringgit, right? But remember what I said earlier, Enagic only distributes 8,000 ringgits in terms of commission for us. Only 8 A's, right? So let me explain this 8A a bit more, right? So now Chu sells her first machine, right? How much do you guys make in terms of commission? Please type in the chat. I see John Cobb said 3,000. Any more answers? Okay, MY says 0. Dr. Dovlet says 1K. Right? Sinaun says none. Volis says none. All right. So you guys kind of understand where the 8A is, but let me explain it a bit further. Dawn is choose 1A sale. Am I right? Right. So if Dawn is choose 1A sale, Chu takes 1A. Right? Now Chu is Bun's 2A sale, right? Because Bun has already sold to Chan and Chin. And Chu is Bun's 2A sale. So when Dawn buys a machine from Chu, Bun takes 2As. Annie, very similar to Bun, is also the 2A of Bun. So also makes 2As. Kim also makes 2As. So let's count together. We have 1, 3, 5, 7. That leaves us only with 1A, which is 1,000 ringgit. Who here is not clear on this? Type me in the chat. Nobody? Awesome. Okay, great. Right? Now Chu makes her second 1A sale, how much do you guys make in commissions? MY says 1,000, right on spot, right? 1,001, correct. So another 1,000. Now, Chu already sold 2 direct sales, makes her third direct sale to a guy named Dan. How much do you make in terms of commissions? K says 0. MY says 0. Everybody is right on the spot, right? It is 0. Why? Because Chu takes 2A, Bun takes 2A, Annie takes 2A, Kim takes 2A. That leaves you none, right? So you receive 0 from the sale to Dan. This 0 is actually considered a non-8A sale. And this non-8A sale do not count as a group sale. So these sales do not progress you forward in terms of group sales, right? But here's the beauty of it, right? For you to get this 0, you need to get all of this first, right? So that's the business, you know? Then now you uprank into a 4A, 20 group sales. You make 4,000 ringgit per machine. Then you become a 5A with 50 group sales and you earn 5,000 ringgit per machine. And lastly, where we all want to be is a 6A with 100 group sales with 6,000 ringgit per machines, right? So let's just imagine you guys are at 4A, right? And you guys find somebody who is like a Simon Lowe, right? And he makes 10 sales for you in 1 month. How much do you make if you are a 4A and you have Simon Lowe as your direct underneath you and he makes 10 sales? How much do you guys make in commissions? MY is correct. 40,000 ringgit, right? Now imagine under right here, 50, right? You find a Bernard Chan who is a 5A and he makes 5 sales for you that month, right? How much do you guys make? That's 25,000 ringgit. And lastly, 6A. What if you have a Sam Sia underneath you, right? And Sam Sia performs so well and he sells 10 machines for you in 1 month. It is possible. 10 machines is possible. You guys make 60,000 ringgit if you have a Sam Sia below you making 10 sales a month, And that is the power of our Enagic business. Because this 8-point system, to be honest with you, when I first saw it, the money is just wow, right? If you agree with me that this business plan is so amazing, please type wow in the chat for me. Thank you, MY. Thank you. Right? Right. So Enagic, great product, amazing product, products that can help people's life. On the side of it, there's a business plan. And this business plan, people can actually achieve financial freedom by doing this product. By doing what? By sharing a wonderful product that can help people get better health. What more is there? You're helping people at the same time, you're helping yourself, right? Okay, so now lastly, I want to do just one last little project with you guys, just to drill in, just to make you guys understand the vision of what potentially you can make in Enagic if you put in the work, right? So I'm just going to screen share this iPad right now. Give me 1 second. Let me turn this off. Screen. Okay, can you guys see this? Is it clear? Let me get up the chat. Yes, okay, awesome. Right? So this part of the section is actually called the 4 categories of customer, right? The 4 categories of customers that you might potentially meet and potentially sell the machines to, right? So over here, the first type of customers are actually called end users, right? Who are end users? End users are people that buy the machine because they love the machine so much, right? They see the value in it. They see that, hey, this machine can actually help my family. So they buy as an end user, right? In the chat, type to me, do you think an end user who loves the machine would be able to bring you friends who might buy the machine as well? Type yes in the chat if you agree with me. Of course, right? Because if you love something, why keep quiet, right? Then this is the other one is called a part-timer, right? But in between here, you see that I left a small gap, right? What is in between an end user and a part-timer? What's in between there is actually someone, oh, 1 second. It's actually someone called a sum timer, right? Who are sometimers? Sometimers are people who treat the business kind of like a hobby. You know, they want to, they love the product, but they cannot commit like half their day of their full day doing the business. So what they do is that every weekend, maybe they would hold a little demo with their friends. They invite them over, and the person would actually show the product to them, right? So that's what a sometimer is. He's not committed. He just does it on the side because he wants to build the business at his own pace, right? Then comes to the part-timer. The part-timer here is someone who is dedicated to the business. He wants to make it work for himself. He wants to make the business work for himself and his family because he just needs more money, right? But he cannot leave his full-time job. Most of us, when we first join Enagic, will be part-timers, right? I was a part-timer initially, right? I couldn't leave my full-time job, but I wanted to do Enagic on the side. So all of us, we know we are mostly part-timers here. We want to make the business work. So we're serious and we're committed. We do at least 3 to 4 demos a week. You know, we prospect every single body that we know. We talk to everybody that we know. We share the product as much as we can. Then now comes the full-timers, the Samsias, the Simon Lows, right, who are fully dedicated in the business. They have nothing else they want to do but to be full-time in Enagic. They're very serious. They're very dedicated. They go overseas. They go outstation just to do the business. That's what a full-timer does, right? So in the chat, right, I would like to get some answers from you guys and for some participation when I ask some questions, right? So an end user, you guys agreed with me that an end user could potentially bring you sales, right? And this sales, the end user would most likely have to buy how many machines? How many machines would an end user usually buy from you? 1, right? So 1. When he buys that 1 machine, how many sales do you think one end user can bring you in a year? He loves the product, he shares with his friends, and he introduces the product to his friends and brings the friends to you, right? So in 1 year, how many friends can he bring to you as sales? So MY says 3, Anuja says 2. There's a 5, and there's a 3. Right? Okay, 2, 7, 8. But you get the point. Oh, sorry, Alfred. The volume is on.
Practitioner one more.
Okay, let's continue. Right. So all these sales, what are they? They are basically something called referral sales, right? An end user can also refer to you some customers. So now, a sometimer, somebody who is a lot more serious than an end user, he does demos at least once a week for his friends. He invites them to his house, right? He will also buy one machine. Am I right? How many sales or referral sales can this sometimer bring you in 1 year? Similar to mouth publicity. Yeah, pretty much. But this guy does demos, the sometimer, right? End user maybe just speaks about the product. The sometimer, he shows what the machine can does. He does the oil testing, he washes the strawberries, the rice, everything in front of people. I see 7. I see 3. Oops. I see 10. I see 8. Right? So a sometimer, it is also possible for a sometimer to bring you referral sales during that year, right? So now let's go down to the part-timers. As I said before, the part-timers, they are serious and they're committed, but they have full-time jobs. But it doesn't allow them to stop to do the business, right? They have demos at least 3 to 4 times a week. They meet everybody as much as they can, but they have full-time jobs. But they're fully committed, right? In a month, how many sales can one part-timer bring you in 1 month? Please type in the chat for me. I see 2. I see 5. Hold on. I see 8. I see 10. Right? So 2, 5, 8, 10. Thank you for participation. Right? Now let's move to the full-timers. Full-timers, they have nothing to do but Kangen. When they wake up, it's Kangen. Before they sleep, it's Kangen. Maybe even during their sleep, it's Kangen. Right? They're doing Kangen all day, every day. Right? Full-timers. How many sales can one full-timer bring in a month? I see 2 right here. I see 8, 10. I see 8. I see 10. 15. Wow. 15. I think the lowest was a 2. 7. Right? So a full-timer, I believe, in my opinion, if you're a full-timer and you're doing maybe like 1 or 2 or 3 sales, you gotta bulk up, because a full-timer, you need to pay bills because that's your job, so you at least have to make more than 3 or 4 or 5 sales a month. That's how I feel, right? But let's just look at these numbers that you're giving me. So part-timer, we have 2, 5, 8, and 10, right? I like to calculate the amount of commissions that you could potentially earn by using this whole 4 categories scenario, right? So 2, 5, 8, 10 a month. I want to be conservative, and I want to give you a perspective that will not be over exaggerated, in my opinion. So instead of 2, 5, 8, or 10, can I choose the lowest number here, which is 2? So 2 sales is a part-timer a month, right? How about full-timers? Full-timers, 2 as well. But I always believe that 2 is a bit low, right, as a full-timer. So is it okay if I went with 3? A full-timer needs to pay his bills, you know? He needs to pay his credit card bills, his phone bills, his car insurance and whatnot. So he needs to at least have some sort of performance, right? But I want to take it a step further. A part-timer, what if he only sells 1 machine a month instead of 2? Is that okay with you guys? So we have 1 part-timer doing 1 sales a month, and we have a full-timer doing 3 sales a month. All right. So in a year, for the part-timer, in a year, you have 12 months. I'm going to use short forms a bit. 12 months, right? That would mean there is 12 machines, right? A full-timer who sells 3 machines a month in 1 year times 12 months, that would mean he makes 36 machines a month. Am I correct? Right? So all these machines, we need commissions to be multiplied with the sales, right? There's 1A, there's 2A, there's 3A, there's 4A, there's 5A, and 6A, right? Which commission ranking would you like me to use as an example for this scenario? Type in the chat for me. I see 2A, 2A. I think these people probably have seen this whole thing before. 2A, 2A. Okay, so 2A, right? Reason why I agree with 2A is because 2A is the most conservative. 1A I feel is unrealistic because 1A, your first and second direct sale, you're pretty much over it anyway. So 2A is the next one as being conservative. So we have 2A and we have 2A, right? So 12 machines times by 2A, how much did this give me? Can someone type in the chat for me? What is 12 machines times 2A commissions? Thank you, MY. It's 24,000 ringgit. Okay. Now, how about 36 times 2A? $36 machines times a 2A commission. Thank you, MY again. It's 72,000 ringgits. Vishal Pradeshi, can't understand, joined recently. I don't really have the time to go back and backtrack everything again. Maybe speak with your upline or someone who can explain this to you further because we are kind of a rush of time. So sorry, Vishal. Right, but what I'm doing here is basically, I'm trying to show people with very conservative sale values and conservative commission values, what is the potential that you could potentially make in this business if you start today, right? So over here, we have a part-timer doing 1 sales a month, and we have a full-timer doing 3 sales a month. So you times that into a year, and these are the monies in ringgits that you will earn from 1 part-timer and 1 full-timer, right? Okay, now moving on. Direct and indirect, right? Group sales. In this business, in this line of business, in direct sales, right? Is your direct sales more powerful or your indirect sales more powerful? Please type in the chat whether it's direct or indirect. ID, indirect. MY says both, correct, right? But realistically is that indirect is always more powerful, right? Some of my leaders, their direct to indirect is like 1 to 10 or 1 to 15 or 1 to 20, right? So meaning when they get one direct sale, that one direct sale leads to 10, 15, or 20 indirect sales. You clear on that? Right? So for you guys, what ratio of direct to indirect for you guys think is realistic? Please type in the chat. MY says 1 to 3. Kanisha says 1 to 3. Right? So 1 to 3. Can we use 1 to 3, guys? So for one direct, you'll get 3 indirects. So 1 to 3, and that's 1 to 3. Right? So what does this mean? It means that for every direct, you get another 3 indirects. But I like being conservative again, right? What if you don't get 1 to 3? What if you only get 1 to 1? For every direct that you get, you only get 1 indirect, right? Similar to here, 1 to 1. Is that okay, guys? Is that being conservative? Right? I see nodding. Nice, thank you. Right, so what does it mean? So you have direct and you have indirect here. I'll just type ID. So if you have a ratio of 1 to 1, it means that for every 24,000 ringgit direct you make, you will make another 24,000 ringgit as indirect sales. Same thing down here. Another 72,000 ringgits. Right? Let's total this up, guys. So 24,000 plus 24,000, that is 48,000. Right? And 72 plus 72, that is 144, I think. Can someone confirm that for me? Yes. Oh, 14.4, okay. Give me 144. Okay, yeah, 144. 144,000 ringgit. Right? Okay. Who here sees the 144 plus 48,000? That's slightly under 200,000 ringgit. Who sees this 200,000 ringgit commission as something that can change their lives? Type me in the chat. Of course, because just imagine 20,000 ringgit is equivalent to 3 to 4 years of a normal accountant's pay. That's what you can make 4 times the amount as an accountant by doing energetic business, just by using very, very, very conservative numbers. 200,000 could be your new car. 200,000 could be all your debts wiped out away. 200,000 could be a new house. No, it's a down payment for a new house, right? So, guys, am I being realistic here? Am I being conservative? Did I use big numbers like 5, 8, or 10, or 15? Did I use commissions that are like 4A, 5A, 6A? Am I using ratios of 1 to 10 or 1 to 5? No, I'm using very, very conservative numbers. Just imagine if it wasn't a 2A, if it was a 3A or 4A or 5A, these numbers here would have been a lot bigger. Am I right? But I stuck to 2A. Why? It's because I want to show you that me being conservative, and in my opinion, unrealistic, because not every sale is going to be under your 2A. After the 10th sale, your 11th sale onwards can be under 3A, right? But just being realistic, being conservative, these are the amount of monies that you can make, right? Total, it's 196,000 ringgit. Right? So now coming to the last question, right? And I need you guys' attention for this. In 1 year, right? In 1 year, do you guys really just want to find one part-timer and one full-timer? No, obviously not, because it's just bad, right? So in the chat, how many part-timers in the next year would you like to find in the next year? How many part-timers would you like to recruit in the next year? MY says 3. I love Dr. Dolvet. 20. 4 part-timers. Right, so we have 3. Oops. I'll just use green. We have 3. We have 20. We have 4. Right? Full-timers. How many full-timers would you like to find or recruit in the next 1 year? 1 year plan. Let's do this. MY says 1. Dolvet says 10. 3. 1 full-timers per month, meaning 12. Right? Thank you for your participation. So the numbers that I show you here, part-timers. 1 part-timer makes you 48,000 ringgit. 1 full-timer making 3 sales a month under 2A commission makes you 144,000 ringgits. Right? So let's just take 3 and 3. That's fine, right? So what do we have? We have part-time. We have part-timers here. This is 48,000 times by, let's say, 3 in 1 year, right? How much does this give you? 48,000 times 3 is, can somebody type in the calculator for me? It is 144. Okay. Right? Then you have your full-timers. Right? They produce 144,000 times by 3. How much is that? 432. If you total them together, that's 576,000 ringgit. Guys, this is math. I'm not making it up. I'm using the lowest numbers that you have given me. Right? I'm using the lowest numbers you guys have given me. Right? What if I use 20? What if I use 4? What if I use 12 for full-timers? What if it wasn't a 2A? What if it was a 4A? What if it wasn't a 1-to-1? What if it's a 1-to-5? Right? But I chose to be conservative. I used small figures. Right? And in 1 year, if you can recruit just 3 part-timers and 3 full-timers, you would have gotten 576,000. But let's just say, guys, let's just say that this 576,000 did not happen, and you only made 288,000 that year. Would you guys be okay with that? Would you guys be okay with 288,000 ringgit a year? But imagine, what if that didn't happen as well? What if you made half of that? What if you made 144,000 ringgit only in a year? Would you guys be okay with that? If you guys would be okay to type yes in the chat, please. Of course. It's still 144,000 ringgit in 1 year. you know, I'm being very conservative here. At the same time, I'm cutting your commission like I'm swapping flies. Right? I'm breaking it down to you. I'm showing you that even at its lowest and at its most unrealistic, the commission is very good. Smiley face. You know, it makes me happy to see this type of commission because it's possible for all of us. At the end of the day, it's just about whether you guys are ready and committed to put in the work to do proper prospecting, to do proper funnels of how you're going to introduce the product as well as the business plan, right? And how do you motivate people to join you in this business? That at the end of it is that, right? So guys, I hope you guys have learned from me today. There was quite a few hiccups, but we all learned together. My time is come to an end, and we're heading into our next section, which is 4 o'clock, where our guest speaker is. So you guys have 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes. Go for a water break, go for a toilet break, and come back for the next session in 4 o'clock. Over to you, Simon.